And staying with South Asia, several hundred protesters in Dhaka are demanding President Muhammad Shahabuddin's resignation. They tried to storm the presidential palace in response to his recent comment on ousted former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Now, the protesters were seen scuffling with the police as they barred the demonstrators from entering the presidential palace. The police eventually fired sound grenades. Army troops too intervened, and protesters tried to break the barricades of the palace. Security forces fired shots to contain them. And according to media reports, 2 people sustained gunshot injuries and a third was wounded by a sound grenade used to disperse violent mobs. Now, the agitation was in response to the president's comments on Hasina's resignation. In an interview last week, Shahabuddin said he did not have any documentary evidence of Hasina resigning as the Prime Minister before she fled the country. Earlier in an address on August 5th, Shahabuddin had said that Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina had tendered her resignation letter to the President and he has received it. Now, Bangladesh's Law Affairs Advisor Asif Nazrul has accused Shahabuddin of falsehood, saying his remarks amount to violation of his oath of office. He added that if he remains firm on his comments, the interim government would need to think whether he is still qualified to hold office. Later, Nazrul, along with the Information Minister, also held a closed-door meeting with Chief Justice Saeed Rafat Ahmed. Reports suggest that it could have centered on the modus operandi of removing the president. Now, the rally demanding Shahabuddin's resignation was held by the anti-discrimination student movement, which also spearheaded the campaign that led to Hasina's ouster. Several other groups under different banners also joined the protests. The student movement has set a 7-day deadline for Shahabuddin's removal. They have laid a 5-point demand, which includes the scrapping of Bangladesh's 1972 constitution. Protesters say the constitution will have to be replaced by a new one, written against the backdrop of the 2024 mass upheaval. The demonstrating groups have vowed to, quote-unquote, return to streets with full force if the government fails to meet the demands by this week. As widespread unrest continues across Bangladesh, female students have also taken to streets, demanding action against a dramatic surge in violence against women. Crowds of Bangladeshi female students marched in Dhaka with burning torches. Protesters said that they had hoped that the student-led revolution that toppled Hasina would help improve the situation for women. But as per women's rights groups, cases of violence against women increased by more than a quarter in September.
The way we felt safe while coming out of the dormitories during the uprising, we want that the post-revolution Bangladesh will be such a country. The uprising raised expectations that there would be no rapes, no harassment of women, and absolute security for them. But we do not see any change. We are in the same situation as we were during the fascist regime.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.